Okay, so now it is time for 205 Live, where we have two WITM matches on the card for you. Andrew will be competing in the opening match, and he'll be taking on Mike Kanellis. Andrew, of course, looking to build up some more momentum heading into whenever his next Cruiserweight title defense will be. He'll be taking on Mike Kanellis, will be accompanied by his wife, Maria Kanellis. And then Andrew will be accompanied by Team Livestrong Spud Strong, the 7-time Tour de France winner Lance Armstrong, Bailey, and he will also be accompanied by his friend and the newest signing to 205 Live, Gerald, who is a number 2 contender to the Cruiserweight title. So for now, Andrew and Gerald are friends, but down the line they may be against each other with the Cruiserweight title on the line. Then in the main event, we will see WITM's Austin Rage in action for the third week in a row. He'll compete in the main event, but remember the last 2 weeks he was part of tag matches that he was not tagged in. One was a loss and one was a win. We're going to hear from Austin Rage later on the episode and hear his thoughts on what's transpired the last 2 weeks. But for now, let's jump into our first in-ring action on 205 Live as the Cruiserweight Champion Andrew Spudstrong takes on Mike Kanellis in non-title action. There's the bell. This non-title match is underway. I think Gerald got a little confused there. Kind of got in Andrew's way a bit during his entrance, but nonetheless, this match is underway. And Andrew already has about as much momentum as he possibly can get as Cruiserweight Champion, but he's looking to gain even more here against Mike Kanellis, a man he's tangled with many times and usually has little to no trouble defeating. But of course, there's always the factor of Maria Kanellis at ringside to try to aid Mike as well. Mike with tentacle offense early on, targeting the head of Andrew. Headlock locked in pretty well. Now trying to force Andrew down to the ground. Andrew fighting off with everything he has, and now it's Andrew with a wrist lock taking the advantage. But Mike finally gets that takedown he was looking for and targets the arm of Andrew. Now the wrist and hand and fingers. And Mike Kanellis is going to win that test of strength. Andrew tries to answer with a kick to the chest, but here comes Kanellis continuing his attack. There's an outstrip into the ropes. And Andrew with a running knee to the head. Now a stomp to the chest. And a facebuster. Stomp to the back. Kanellis wisely rolls out of the way to get out of the way, and there's a cutter from Kanellis. Now Andrew forced to his feet. Outstrip into the corner.
He's positioned up on that turnbuckle. I would not want to.
What does Andrew have in mind here? It's going to be a DDT from the top turnbuckle and a kick to the back. Andrew looking to make quick work of Kanellis. And Kanellis is going to power out at 1.5. Now Kanellis forced back up to his feet. Vintage Andrew with an ankle lock locked in. One of the oldest moves in Andrew's playbook. Can Kanellis get to the ropes? No, but he is able to break the hold with his one free leg and get back up to his feet. Outstrip into the ropes. That's actually going to send Andrew to the outside, where Kanellis will join him and go on the attack. Andrew with a reversal. Goes for a kick to the leg. Reversed by Kanellis with a lariat. Andrew avoids the stomp. And now they trade strikes back and forth. And there's a huge DDT right at the bottom of the entrance ramp. And now they'll fight on that entrance ramp as Bailey comes in to take a closer look. And Andrew sends Kanellis back into the ring. Andrew just kicking Kanellis across the ring, and that's going to attract the attention of Maria Kanellis, who goes in for the distraction. And that allows an opening for Kanellis to connect with the suplex. Now forces Andrew up to his feet. Outstrip into the corner, and Andrew avoids the splash. Goes straight into the flat line out of nowhere. Andrew connects with his finisher, goes for a cover, but Maria with a distraction. That would have put away Kanellis had the referee actually made the count, but instead this match will continue courtesy of Maria Kanellis. Now Andrew with a swinging neck breaker. Stomp to the chest. Now attacking the arm, good tentacle offense shown by Andrew, and now he's looking for another swinging neck breaker, and that too will connect. After a bit of a slow start, momentum has definitely turned in Andrew's favor. But there's a reversal from Kanellis. Maria Kanellis looking under the ring, and a low blow from Kanellis is going to put an end to this matchup. Andrew's going to walk away very sore, but he will walk away with a victory. Alright, so Mike Kanellis playing dirty, hitting the low blow. Maria tried to distract the referee while that was going on, but the referee did catch it, meaning Mike Kanellis got disqualified. Andrew's going to pick up a victory here. I'm sure he's not going to feel too good for a while, but nonetheless, he will get the victory. He will pick up more momentum as Cruiserweight Champion. And now we turn our attention to the main event. Austin Rage competes in his third main event in a row, but this time it's a singles match, not a tag match. The last two tag matches, Austin Rage was not tagged in. 2 weeks ago, he tagged with Drew Gulak. Gulak lost the match, and so did Austin Rage, but under no fault of Austin's, Gulak never tagged him in. Then last week, Austin Rage tried to apologize to Andrew for the disrespect he showed him in the past, and so Andrew and Gerald allowed Austin to team with them against the Lucha House Party. Andrew, Gerald, and Austin Rage won the match, but again, Rage was never tagged into the match. Austin Rage has some words to say, so let's head backstage and listen in and hear what Austin Rage has to say following the events of the last 2 weeks. Austin Rage is backstage and speaks. From the very moment I first stepped foot into a 205 Live ring, I've had to keep here. Austin Rage is backstage and speaks. From the very moment I first stepped foot into a 205 Live ring, I've had to keep hearing lecture after lecture about respect. Then 2 weeks ago, I was given an opportunity to compete in the main event, tagging with Drew Gulak. And he refused to tag me into the match. So what happened to respect then? And then last week in the main event, I teamed with two of the most respected men on 205 Live. Heck, probably in the whole WWE. Andrew and Gerald. And yet, they too refused to tag me into the match. So you know what? I'm done with wasting my time worrying about paying my dues and respecting the rest of the boys in the back. Because soon, I will be the Cruiserweight Champion, and I will be the face of 205 Live. And every last man in that locker room will have no choice but to respect me. Because if they don't, I'll beat that respect right out of them. Alright, so it is now main event time for 205 Live. Austin Rage takes on Akira Tozawa. We've seen Tozawa put on some impressive displays and steal some victories against WITM superstars in the past, but how will he be able to handle a ticked off Austin Rage with a point to prove? Remember, Austin Rage also comes into this match the number 3 contender to Andrew's Cruiserweight title. He can definitely rise up the rankings with a victory here in the main event. So let's get that match underway. Austin Rage versus Akira Tozawa.
Making his way to the ring from Kobe, Japan, weighing in at 156 pounds, Akira Tozawa.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the beaten. Why for? Can't take much more. Here we go, here we go, here we go now. 1, nothing wrong with me. 2, nothing wrong with me. 3, nothing wrong with me. 4, nothing wrong with me. 1, something's got to give. 2, something's got to give. 3, something's got to give. Now, let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the Push me up.
And we're underway. Looking at these two men, I don't think there's
There's the bell. This match is underway. Austin Rage is going to get things started off with a suplex. There's a punch to the back of Tozawa now. Rage looking to get Tozawa on the ropes, but Tozawa is going to fight him off with some elbow strikes to the chest.
Tozawa's a freak when he's training. I'd have been fine.
And now they trade blows. Tozawa with a kick to the chest, going for a running clothesline. Austin Rage spiking Tozawa on top of those ropes. Great reversal. There's Tozawa with an arm drag. and Rage just simply shoves Tozawa aside and connects with the flying punch to the face. Tozawa is going to get back up to his feet with an elbow strike, and the running dropkick is going to send Rage down to the canvas. Now Rage forced back to his feet. There's a kick to the head of Rage, now another. Rage already heading to this match in a bad mood. Just imagine how much of a bad mood he'll be in if he takes a loss to the talented Akira Tozawa here and falls down the rankings rather than making progress towards Cruiserweight title match. And there's Tozawa with a high-flying move. That very thing just may happen here, but Rage is going to power out almost right away. There's a kick to the back. Running clothesline is going to send Tozawa crashing outside, and Tozawa, or rather Rage, telling Tozawa to bring it before heading to the outside to attack Tozawa. There's an elbow straight to the head. Rage runs back into the ring. So does Tozawa. There's a kick to the chest. Rage is going to miss with a punch, but will connect with a headbutt. Irish up into the corner. Clothesline connects. Now it's Rage looking for the win. And gets a 1 before Tozawa powers out. There's a stomp to the back. Now it's Rage looking to take flight.
He's not coming to like this. Don't you dare get up, man. This is what makes him...
Diving cross body connects, and that's going to send Tozawa to the apron to try to recover. Rage taking a moment to recover himself, and that allows Tozawa more than enough time to reverse and head back into the ring. Now Tozawa with a huge backstabber. And Rage forced to his feet. Irish up into the corner. And Rage gets out of the corner and reverses. There's a sling blade by Rage. And he goes for a cover. And that's nearly is enough to put away Tozawa. Rage is in shock that that did not end the match. Nonetheless, it will continue. There's a stomp to the chest. Tozawa forced back up. And swinging neckbreaker connects. Now Tozawa again forced to his feet. Rage comes off the ropes with a running clothesline. And Tozawa's going to dodge the axe handle. And now Rage with repeated kicks to the chest. Elbow drop is evaded by Tozawa. Now Tozawa tries to force Rage onto the ropes and does. Rage is dumped outside as Tozawa looking for a suicide dive perhaps or something similar. Suicide dive from Tozawa connects to the outside as the WWE Universe chants, "This is awesome." And now Tozawa sends Rage back to the ring. He'll look to finish him off here. The roundhouse kick is evaded by Rage, who plants Tozawa onto the top rope. Now Rage with the giant swing.
What great action we've had in this match.
Showing off that impressive power, shades of Cesaro. And now Rage goes for the cover. And the giant swing is going to be enough to put away Akira Tozawa. Finally, the main event ends the way that Austin Rage was hoping for, with him standing tall as the victor.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Here is your winner, Austin
results from this edition of 205 Live. In the opening match, Noam Dar defeated Drew Gulak. Brian Kendrick, or that wasn't the opening match. The opening match was actually Andrew versus Mike Kanellis, our first of two WITM matches. Andrew got the victory by DQ after Kanellis hit Andrew with a low blow that was caught by the official. Then Noam Dar defeated Drew Gulak. Brian Kendrick, the 24/7 champion, had a mandatory title defense against Jack Gallagher, and Brian Kendrick is going to remain 24/7 champion. And then in our second of two WITM matches and the 205 Live main events, Austin Rage defeated Akira Tozawa. And how does that affect the rankings in the Cruiserweight division? Let's find out. The Cruiserweight champion is WITM's Andrew Spudstrong. Number one contender, the real-life Cruiserweight champion Tony Nese. Austin Rage and Gerald, both of WITM, are going to swap spots. Austin Rage was up to number 2 with his victory, and Gerald, who was at ringside for Andrew's match but did not get to compete this week, is going to fall to number 3. Both of them are still very much in range, though, to be Andrew's challenger at Stomping Grounds in 2 weeks. The number 4 contender, Humberto Carrillo. Number 5, Oni Lorcan. Number 6, Kalisto. Number 7, Sunil Singh. Number 8, Akira Tozawa. Number 9, Drew Gulak. Number 10, Noam Dar. Number 11, Mike Kanellis. Number 12, Graham Metalik. Number 13, Samir Singh. Number 14, Lindsay Dorado. Number 15, Jack Gallagher. Number 16, Arya Davari. So now we move on to NXT UK. We do not currently have any WIT members on the NXT UK roster. That is probably going to change soon. You'll get more info on that very, very soon, but for now, we will go ahead and sim, and I'll be back in a moment with your NXT results and rankings update. Okay, and here are your results from this edition of NXT UK. In the opening match, we had a fatal 4-way number 1 contenders match to determine Pete Dunne's next opponent for the United Kingdom title, and it's going to be Joe Coffey of Gallus getting that next title opportunity against Pete Dunne, was held the United Kingdom title for a very long time. He defeated Joseph Connors, Ligero, and Alexander Wolf, each take a no decision. In non-title action, the UK Women's Champion Rhea Ripley defeated Shia Brookside. Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner of Imperium defeated Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, Mustache Mountain. And in the main event, Tony Storm defeated Killer Kelly in women's action. And how does this affect the rankings on NXT UK? Let's find out. The NXT UK Women's Champion is Rhea Ripley. Number 1 contender, Tony Storm. Number 2 is Sladon. Number 3, Jenny. Number 4, Jazzy Gabert. Number 5, Kaylee Ray. Number 6, Charlie Morgan. Number 7, Piper Niven. Number 8, Shia Brookside. Number 9, Nina Samuels. And number 10, Killer Kelly. The United Kingdom Tag Team Champions are Gallus. Number 1 contenders, Imperium. Number 2, Webster and Andrews. Number 3, Grizzled Young Veterans. And number 4, Mustache Mountain. The United Kingdom Champion is Pete Dunne. Number 1 contender, Joe Coffey. Number 2, Joseph Connors. Number 3, Ligero. And number 4, Alexander Wolf. Number 5, Travis Banks. Number 6, Kenny Williams. Number 7, Walter. Number 8, Dave Mastiff. Number 9, Jordan Devlin. Number 10, Ashton Smith. Number 11, Mike Hitchman. Number 12, N.E. Dennis. Number 13, Sam Gradwell. Number 14, Saxon Huxley. Number 15, Noam Dar. Number 16, Jack Gallagher. Number 17, Cassius Ohno. So now we advance to NXT. Will we see any of the Degenerates in action? And also, at NXT TakeOver 25 in our previous stream, Captain Casey went in as NXT champion and defended the title against Undisputed Era's Roderick Strong, but Roderick Strong picked up the victory, which means that Captain Casey and Jack the Blade Runners are now exclusive to Monday Night Raw. However, we are going to hear one last time from the former NXT champion, Captain Casey, representing the Blade Runners, as he says his farewell to NXT. So let's head on to NXT and see where we know we have at least that in store. And we'll see if there's any other matches on the card as well. Okay, it's now time for NXT, and before we see what in-ring action we have in store, Captain Casey, the now former NXT champion, is in the ring. I hear the United States champion Jack is backstage as well, but he'll be making his final appearance on NXT tonight. But first, we're going to hear from Captain Casey. What does he have to say that now that he is officially no longer part of NXT and now exclusive to Monday Night Raw in his farewell to the NXT universe? Captain Casey speaks. In just a few hours, I'll be hopping on a plane and flying halfway across the world to travel to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, where I will challenge Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at Super Showdown. However, I couldn't pass up on this final opportunity to stand here in an NXT ring and address my loyal fans in the NXT universe. It seems like just yesterday that I joined NXT, and since then, I've experienced just about every high and low imaginable. From being betrayed by Zims and Aaron Danger, to becoming an NXT champion and getting called up to Raw along with Jack. I am beyond excited about my future on the main roster, but before I leave the NXT chapter of my career behind me, I have one last piece of unfinished business. Because I am sick and tired of hearing about how the Undisputed Era is going to make NXT undisputed in 2019 and capture all of the NXT gold. Sure, Roddy Strong got the best of me at TakeOver 25 and defeated me to become NXT champion. But it's the Blade Runners that are going to have the last laugh. So how about tonight, in the main event, the Blade Runners take on the Undisputed Era one last time in NXT. Alright, Captain Casey has challenged the Undisputed Era. NXT General Manager William Regal has made his way to the ring. Is he going to make what, as far as we know, would be a 3-on-2 handicap match? Bobby Fish of Undisputed Era is injured. He cannot compete. But still leaves Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and the NXT champion Roderick Strong to represent Undisputed Era against Captain Casey and Jack. So as far as we know, this would be a 3-on-2 handicap match, but it sounds like Casey wants to match regardless. Is William Regal going to make it official? Casey, I'm honestly not sure why you would want to compete so close to your match with Lesnar at Super Showdown. But, since you have been a great representative of NXT during your time here, I am going to grant you your match. Tonight's main event will be the Blade Runners competing in their final match at an NXT ring against the Undisputed Era. I wish all of you good luck. Alright, so William Regal has made it official. It is going to be 3/4 of the Undisputed Era with Bobby Fish injured, Adam Cole, the NXT champion Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly taking on the former NXT champion Captain Casey and the United States champion Jack in what will be the Blade Runners' final match in NXT. But before we get into that matchup, I hear that there has been a development involving one of these two men and one of the Degenerates. So let's take a look into some bonus coverage and see just what happened. Alright, NXT North American Kushida was making his way to the ring to take on Shane Thorne, but here's Aaron Danger, the man who has had his sights on the North American title since the very day he first stepped foot at NXT ring, now fighting Kushida on the entrance ramp. Aaron Danger making his intentions clear. He still very much wants that North American title no matter who is holding it. And now laying waste to Kushida at ringside. Kushida bringing the fight into the ring. We essentially have a match on our hands between Danger and Kushida, though of course it is unofficial. As Danger stomps on the elbow of Kushida. Now drags him closer to center ring. There's a kick to the back. The referee trying to wave this off, but no one putting it into it yet as Danger goes to take flight. There's a diving elbow drop to the back of Kushida that's going to keep Kushida down and cancel the match between Kushida and Thorne.
Shock the system. Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
At a combined weight of 371 pounds, the Lightning Killer, Jack Hayes, and the Samurai, Casey, the Blade Runner.
Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still.
Following the Blade Runner's entrance, the United States Champion Jack grabs the microphone. What does he have to say prior to the match? When we made this match to have the Undisputed Era take on the Blade Runners, we meant all of the Blade Runners. So, allow me to introduce to the WWE Universe the newest member of the Blade Runners, my brother, Dylan Hayes.
And their partner, from Royal, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 300 pounds, the Terror, Dylan Hayes.
My heart bleeds adrenaline. The fire I breathe is where I live. Incredible, unbeatable. One life to live. I never give up, I never give in. Some people wanna turn and run, but the strong rise under the gun. Top to the top, ain't never gonna stop. To the top, to the top, ain't never gonna stop. Never gonna keep me down. Still the one that's standing now.
Big match here as we kick off this 3-on-3.
Alright, there's the belt. This match is underway, and of course, the main talking point here, not just the fact that Captain Casey and Jack, just 48 hours before Casey will head to, or will compete in Saudi Arabia to take on Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. Captain Casey and Jack are appearing in their final match at NXT, but there's now a third member of the Blade Runners, the brother of the man in the ring right now, Jack. Dylan Hayes. We're going to hear a little bit more about Dylan Hayes and where his WITM and WWE career is going to get started officially following this match. But for now, Dylan Hayes making his in-ring debut right here, right now, the newest WITM member. And right now it's Adam Cole in the ring with the United States Champion Jack. Here comes Roddy Strong, the new NXT champion, the man that defeated Captain Casey to necessitate this farewell for Casey in NXT. Excuse me.
Byron, you mentioned some families and groups that created incredible
And the Undisputed Era would love nothing more than to spoil the final NXT match for Casey and Jack and the debut of Dylan Hayes. And of course the Blade Runners, they're on their way to perhaps bigger and better things on the main roster as part of Monday Night Raw, but you can bet they would love to get the last laugh against the Undisputed Era, as here we go, a rematch from TakeOver 25 in the previous stream. The now former NXT champion Captain Casey in the ring with the man who defeated him at TakeOver 25, Roderick Strong. And there's a lariat from behind by Strong. Strong drags Casey closer to the Undisputed Era corner, and in comes Kyle O'Reilly.
You have other members of your team out there.
Undisputed Era down a member, as Bobby Fish is injured both in real life and we made him inactive in WITM, and so around the time he returns in real life. O'Reilly with a submission locked in, targeting both an arm and a leg of Casey, trying to go to work on those limbs. And now, what does O'Reilly have in mind here?
I wonder what's going to happen here, Corey.
Taking a little bit too much time, and Casey's able to reverse. O'Reilly's sent into the Blade Runner's corner, but O'Reilly is able to get out of the way. O'Reilly misses with a clothesline. That gives Casey another chance to force O'Reilly into the corner, only for O'Reilly to evade again. There's a punch to the head of O'Reilly, who tries to make it to his corner, but instead is going to roll out of the way and regroup. Suplex by O'Reilly. Now forces Casey to his feet. Irish Whip into the Undisputed Era corner. Before O'Reilly can make a tag for a double team maneuver, Casey reverses and forces O'Reilly into the Blade Runner's corner. And in comes the United States Champion Jack.
Opponent off the ropes.
And they hit a double team maneuver on O'Reilly, who once again is going to try to get to his corner, and this time he does, getting the hot tag into Roderick Strong. Now it's NXT champion versus United States champion. Clothesline by Strong. Now forces Jack to his feet. And here we go. For the first time, we will see Dylan Hayes compete. And for the very first man he's going to face in his WWE career, the NXT champion, Roddy Strong. There's a series of elbows to the chest of Roderick Strong. Dylan Hayes, definitely a powerhouse of a man. He's big, pretty much the size of Jack and Casey put together.
Tag made, double team action now.
Here comes Adam Cole, now the legal man for Undisputed Era, and a stomp to the chest of Dylan. Now a knee to the back of the head. Cole looking to humiliate Dylan Hayes in his first WWE match. There's an Irish Whip into the corner, and Hayes is able to get out of the way and evade. Now forces Cole into the Blade Runner's corner, hits a clothesline in the corner. There's a stomp to the chest. Cole now forced to his feet. I'm not sure why in the game the NXT Universe boos everything as loudly as possible. It's kind of annoying. There's a stomp to the groin of Cole. Hayes looking to target the leg, but Cole is able to reverse, and now Dylan forced to his feet. Irish Whip into the Undisputed Era corner, and in comes Roderick Strong. Double suplex by Cole and Strong. Strong now the legal man for Undisputed Era. There's a punch from Strong. Impressive power there shown by Roderick Strong as he goes for cover, looking to pin Dylan Hayes on the night of his debut. But Hayes powers out at 1.5.
There he goes.
And now Hayes dumped on the outside. Strong will immediately go after him. There's a reversal by Dylan. And Strong is able to get back on his feet as they trade blows on the outside. And what does Strong have in mind here? Dylan forced into the barrier there, barricade. As they continue to fight outside, is Dylan's first match going to end with a countout? It just may be. It looks like that might be what Roddy Strong is going for. Casey has had enough of this, and he's going to force Roddy Strong back into the ring, but now Dylan Hayes has to get back into the ring.
Back in the ring now.
And he does. Dylan forces Strong into the Blade Runner's corner, but Strong is able to evade before Hayes can attack. And now, right in front of his Blade Runner's partners, Strong repeatedly slams the head of Dylan into that top turnbuckle. And there's a running drop kick by Strong. Now Hayes dragged closer to center ring. Strong goes for a cover. Does he defeat Dylan on the night of his debut? No. Casey's there to break it up at about 1. So now Strong drags Dylan closer to the Undisputed Era corner for Kyle O'Reilly to become the legal man. O'Reilly goes to work on the leg of Dylan. Since the Blade Runners are letting Dylan shine here, they know that this is their time in NXT is just about up, and they're letting Dylan bear the weight of this match for the Blade Runners for the most part. There's a huge bicycle kick by Dylan Hayes. Shades of WITM's Corey there. There's an arm drag by O'Reilly. And a punch to the shoulder. And a roundhouse to the leg by O'Reilly is going to send Dylan down to the mat. Now Jack and Casey want a tag, but Dylan can't quite get there as O'Reilly remains in firm control here.
Just when you thought he had nothing left.
There's a reversal by Dylan. And a stomp to the elbow that I'm not sure he got all of. And a stomp to the head. Now Dylan looking to turn momentum in his favor in a big way.
A long way up.
Tear ride connects. Dylan goes for cover, but the referee is distracted.
Arena to its feet.
Now he makes the count. And Dylan nearly scores victory for the Blade Runners in his debut match, but O'Reilly powers out at 2, and now Captain Casey, the legal man. The #1 contender to the Universal title. All 3 members of the Blade Runners will hop on a plane just moments after this match to head to Jeddah, where Casey will take on the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, for the Universal title. And of course, the rest of the Blade Runners will be in his corner. Here's a submission by O'Reilly.
A good fight, which is what we're seeing here. This is exactly the opening his opponent.
And it's locked in well. It's Casey's final NXT match going to end with him tapping out. It nearly did, but the hold has been broken, and in comes Adam Cole. He immediately tries to capitalize off of O'Reilly's submission with a cover, but Casey powers out at 1.5. There's a stomp to the back. Cole pins down the arm of Casey, stomps away at the fingers. A vicious attack by Adam Cole, and now forces Casey to his feet.
You only got one. Nobody does it.
Plunges the head of Casey straight into his knee, now looking for a finisher.
Wow, I thought he was a goner.
And Casey's able to evade the last shot. That's a huge momentum swing for the Blade Runners, but Cole remains on the attack, forcing Casey onto the apron. And the enziguri is going to send Casey crashing outside, where O'Reilly's in to get a closer look, perhaps putting the numbers games to their advantage as Undisputed Era. O'Reilly accidentally punches his tag team partner Cole, however, but Cole is able to remain on the attack. Casey shoves Cole aside. Cole slammed into that mat as Cole's trying to use that ringside environment to quickly wear down Casey and do massive damage, and so far so good. They need to get back to the ring. They're currently at a count of 6. Casey sent into the steps. It looks like Cole might be content on winning this match via countout. But now Casey's back to his feet. He runs back to the ring. Can Cole get there in time? Yes, he does. This match will continue. As Casey is forced to the Undisputed Era corner. And in comes Kyle O'Reilly. But not before a double team attack. O'Reilly's looking for a spear to the legs of Casey, but Casey's able to evade and heads outside where he will be joined by O'Reilly. Looks like both these teams are content to use the ringside area to attack their opponents. We've seen quite a bit of this in this match.
Yeah, down. I can tell you it's not a pleasant trip.
And Casey just tossed onto that ring apron. As they're now at count of 4, and Casey and O'Reilly trade blows. Now Casey slamming O'Reilly, and Adam Cole hops down to get a closer look before returning to his post on the apron. Now O'Reilly sent back to the ring, where he'll be joined by Casey. Casey wasting no time, looking to finish O'Reilly with the soda pop. But O'Reilly is able to reverse. That's a huge momentum swing in favor of the Undisputed Era. But there's a pile driver by Casey. Broken up by Strong. Here comes Dylan Hayes to get some more action. Kind of. But here comes O'Reilly looking for a finisher.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
Great ring awareness shown by Dylan Hayes in just his first match to reverse O'Reilly's finisher. There's a bicycle kick by Hayes, and Hayes getting pumped up here, but needs to keep his head in the game here if he's going to pick up a victory in just his first match against a very talented unit in Undisputed Era. That, of course, contains the NXT champion and the man that held the North American title for a long time, Adam Cole. Suplex by Cole. It took 2 members of Undisputed Era to suplex Dylan Hayes. They pulled it off.
You only got one when this guy's on.
Cole was perhaps looking for a brain buster, but Hayes is able to get out of it. There's an Irish whip into the corner.
Here we go.
And reverse DDT. Now Hayes perhaps looking for another terror ride.
The long way up.
It connects, and it's this going to lead Dylan Hayes to a victory on the night of his debut. And the final NXT match for Jack and Casey. No, Cole powers out at 2.5, and this tag team match that has been exciting from start to finish will continue as Captain Casey is now the legal man for the Blade Runners. There's a stomp to the back of the leg of Cole. And another. Cole forced to his feet. There's an Irish whip into the Blade Runners corner. There's a clothesline and bulldog by Casey. Now Cole forced to his feet. Reversal by Cole into a clothesline. Now Casey forced up. Irish whip into the corner. taunts Casey. Stops him in the back and forces him to his feet. And now forces Casey into the Undisputed Era corner. May have been looking for a tag and double team maneuver, but Casey was able to reverse. But now it's Cole back on the attack. Gets the brainbuster to the knee as Cole taking a moment to recover here.
Given the number of times we've seen it tonight, calling it a finisher might be a bit of a stretch.
And now we've seen this before. Cole pinning down the arm of Casey and stomping away at the hand. Now looking again for the last shot. And again, Casey will evade. Neither of these teams are having very much success connecting with finishers. The next team that does could very well be the team that wins this match. As Cole reverses with an uppercut. O'Reilly gets a shot in from the apron. Someone has been busted open, and that is Captain Casey. He is able to reverse and force Cole into the Blade Runner's corner. Now Casey, heavily bleeding. You can see the blood pouring down his face. And he was trying to get to his corner for a tag, but stopped by Cole with that neck breaker. Jack put his hand up for a hot tag, but again, Cole able to stop and now driving the bloodied head of Casey into that canvas. It looks like before Casey hops on that plane to head to Jeddah, he's going to need to visit the doctors to get some stitches put in. And now you have to worry about Casey being at risk for an injury. He just already on paper at a massive disadvantage against Brock Lesnar in Super Showdown. If he goes in with an injury, that's another advantage for Lesnar. But for now, the man he's focused on is Kyle O'Reilly. And he's looking for another pile driver. That connects. Is this going to put Undisputed Era away? No. O'Reilly must have got a rope break because he powered out immediately. Now Casey with mounted punches to the head of O'Reilly, and now O'Reilly is busted open. And now Casey will take this opportunity to make a tag to Dylan Hayes. He forces O'Reilly to his feet. Looking for a choke slam, but that's going to be reversed by O'Reilly. Who plunges the leg of Dylan into the mat. And now O'Reilly, submission locked in, targeting both an arm and leg of Hayes. Great technical offense and perfect position, center ring. Of course, with the size difference, O'Reilly's whole body is wrapped around one leg of Dylan Hayes. That's how massive Dylan Hayes is. But O'Reilly's still able to do some significant damage, but not enough to put Dylan away. Now Captain Casey is the legal man.
O'Reilly just barely getting out of the way. This is what makes him one of the best in the business.
Roundhouse kick to the back of Casey. A very bloody damn battered Captain Casey who has to face Brock Lesnar in 48 hours.
Only got one. Make your last shot. That's what he was looking for.
Cole goes for cover. And nearly spoils the night for the Blade Runners, but Casey somehow finds enough resolve to power out a 2.5. He's going to need plenty of resolve when he faces Lesnar Super Showdown. Now a submission locked in.
Is he done?
And Cole's able to break the hold as Casey simply shoves Cole aside. There's an Irish whip to send Cole on the apron. Casey wanted to send Cole outside, but he was able to reverse and get back into the ring.
But can he follow up here? On this right here.
Running Enziguri by Cole into a cover. Broken up by Dylan. This is quite a tag team war we have on our hands. What's it going to take for one of these teams to pick up a victory? Cole and Casey are the legal men, but Dylan and O'Reilly are fighting it out.
Themselves in the middle of a sick and twisted rivalry with the Wyatt family. Things escalated to the point where Bray Wyatt provided
And this has pretty much erupted into utter chaos.
family compound. New Day accepted, but what followed
Dylan
something
and O'Reilly finally return to their corners as Cole hits a neck breaker on Casey. Casey needs to get to his team for a tag. Casey's in a bad way here. Definitely at risk for an injury heading into his Universal title match.
Guys, there's got to be instinct that
But this match means a lot to him as well, and he's going to continue fighting as much as he can. One-legged Boston Crab locked in by Cole, and Casey's able to get the rope break.
and this one was over.
How about yet another brainbuster into the knee of Cole?
just as surprised as you guys are. This right here is exactly what Adam Cole's looking for.
And now Cole plunging that bloodied head of Casey into the canvas and taunting the NXT Universe and Casey. Casey with an Irish strip into the corner.
Oh, he turns it around.
Cole reverses and forces Casey into the corner. Casey reverses and does the same. There's a bulldog by Casey and a stomp to the back.
That's just nasty.
Now Casey connects with ground elbow strikes.
Here it comes.
And now looking for the soda pop.
He's looking at it.
And finally a finisher is going to connect. Will it be enough to end this match? No. Strong's able to break up the cover at 2 as Casey outstrips him into the Blade Runner's corner and goes back to work on Cole. And Casey finally is able to make a tag to the much fresher Jack, who hasn't seen a whole lot of action in this match. And Cole tosses him right outside, almost on top of Captain Casey, and brings in the NXT champion Roddy Strong. He's going to head outside and target Jack.
Both teams working well here together. That's not always the case in a six-man tag team. There's some folks that are jealous. Each their way over the action. Nobody controls the pace of the match quite like this guy.
Strong with a kick to the back of the leg of Jack.
Reverses.
Jack reverses with an arm drag. Strong is able to reverse. Now they trade blows. There's repeated kicks to the leg of Jack by Roddy Strong. And a running STO.
Counted out here. Time's certainly not on his side, Michael.
Irish whip into the ring post. They're going to send Jack crashing into Captain Casey, who's taken a very long time just to get on his knees, let alone back to his feet.
Six superstars.
But finally, Casey's back to his
here
feet
tonight, guys.
and will return to the apron.
Making a statement here with this attack.
And
What a six-man
after all that, this match ends in a draw. What a disappointing ending. NXT General Manager William Regal has made his way to the ring. What does he have to say? Now, I don't think this is how the NXT Universe wants to end such a great match or send off the Blade Runners. So, referee, Undisputed Era, Blade Runners, get back into this ring and let's have this match restarted where there will be a clear winner, because this will be a 3-on-3, no disqualification, elimination tag team match. There's the bell. This match is back underway. Magically, all the blood is gone too, and I did set everybody's health to low and momentum to fast to simulate all the damage that was caused in the original match.
Nice job getting
And remember, this is no disqualification, so now no countouts, no disqualifications, no rope breaks. Weapons are in play and elimination rules. Here comes Jack. Forces Cole up to his feet. Uppercut by Cole. Roush up into the ropes. And in comes Roddy Strong. And they toss Jack behind them. Now Strong drags Jack closer to the ropes and goes for cover using a dirty pin. And Jack powers out at 2.
Gonna take more than that.
Irish up into the corner. I couldn't even see Casey there for a moment. Behind Dylan, I wasn't sure where he went. Strong forces Jack into working hold position. Now up to a knee. And finally up to his feet. Now back in a working hold position. There's a kick to the back. Jack Irish up Strong into the Blade Runner's corner, but Kyle O'Reilly grabs both arms of Jack and allows Strong to get back into his corner and connect with a chop. Now Jack dropped on top of the top rope. Jack trying to get back to the rest of the Blade Runners and makes the hot tag to Dylan Hayes. Strong Irish ups Dylan into the Espeed Era corner. Evades the running corner attack and connects with a massive punch. Stomp to the leg and another punch.
At this point, he certainly seems to be the weak.
Roddy Strong is able to evade the next attack and gets repeated leg kicks in. Now Dylan forced into the Cruiserweight Era corner but reverses. Roddy Strong somehow was able to land on his feet. And again will try to force Dylan into the Espeed Era corner. Now an Irish up into the ropes. Jumping knee strike by Strong. Now targeting the leg. Strong plunges both knees of Dylan into the canvas, and in comes Kyle O'Reilly. There's a stomp to the leg.
Both running on fumes right now, and at this point, it might just be a matter of which superstar.
Undisputed Era in control so far in this restarted match. Repeated knees to the back of the leg of Dylan. There's a reversal by Dylan with a clothesline.
He's playing with him now.
Now Dylan looking for another chair ride.
A long way up.
And that connects. Are we going to see our first elimination? No. O'Reilly powers out at 2.5, and I believe Cole has been busted open. Casey keeping a close eye on Dylan Hayes as he goes to work on the head of O'Reilly. And remember, there's no disqualification, so Casey's not the legal man, but he can attack O'Reilly as much as he wants. Now Jack, the legal man, as O'Reilly gets the hot tag to a bloodied Adam Cole.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business.
There's a running knee strike by Cole. Irish up into the corner. Elbow strike by Cole. There's a running clothesline. Another running knee strike by Cole. Now forces Jack to his feet.
He's fighting back here. I expected nothing less, Cole.
And Jack is going to evade the super kick. Not quite sure what happened there. There's a suplex by Jack. Or it's actually going to be the 3 Union Amigos, the finisher of Jack.
But I don't know how much gas he has left.
Does Jack score the first elimination in favor of the Blade Runners? No, it's going to be broken up by Roddy Strong. as Jack is getting fired up.
Nobody controls the pace of a match.
Cole gets back up to his feet. Stomp to the chest of Cole, stomp to the back of the leg. Cole forced up to his feet.
Definitely not where you want to be right now.
Gotta find a way to get out
What
of
does
this.
Jack have in mind here? Running power slam, shades of Braun Strowman there. As Jack takes a moment to recover.
He knows he's in
Now
trouble.
looking perhaps for another 3 Union Amigos. And that's exactly what he's going for.
Again. That's two. Perhaps a trifecta.
3 Union Amigos connect. Now Jack goes for cover.
Shoulders on the mat. 1, 2. He's keeping his competitor.
And Cole powers out 2.5. We still have yet to see our first elimination, and what's turning out to be, between the two halves, a very lengthy tag team match. I may need to do another 2-part episode just because of this match. Casey forced onto the apron. Lands a punch, but Cole with an enziguri, and now he's taking a moment to taunt his opponents. And now they fight on the outside, and remember, this time they can fight on the outside as long as they want, because absolutely everything goes.
When this guy's on, look out.
Cole forced up to his feet
He wants no part of the outside.
and sent back into the ring. Now Cole forced up.
Did it in a hurry.
Pepperoni twist of fate by Captain Casey.
Cole going to a main line.
Cole's taking a lot of punishment since this match restarts, but somehow keeps fighting on. Now forces Casey up to his feet. Roush up into the corner.
He's not going to go quietly.
And reversal by Casey. There's a punch to the chest. Roush up into the Blade Runner's corner.
He's such a tough target.
Roush up back into the Undisputed Era corner. And in comes Kyle O'Reilly for attack. And a running knee to the chest of Captain Casey. O'Reilly goes for cover. Do we have our first elimination?
A competitor
Yes, Captain Casey
eliminated.
has wrestled his final match in NXT ring. Now eliminated from this tag, and now it becomes a 3-on-2. King Jack and Dylan Hayes withstand
Is he done?
3 members of Undisputed Era as
He's
O'Reilly had an ankle lock locked in, and finally Jack breaks the
Has
hold.
next to nothing left to give here.
Roush up into the corner.
This could be big.
In comes Adam Cole for a double team attack. Right now it is all Undisputed Era. They definitely have turn momentum in their favor in this matchup. There's a suplex by Cole.
This could mean trouble. He has something
Cole
big.
drags Jack closer to the ropes for a dirty pin. And Jack powers out at 2.
I'm just as shocked as
The
everyone.
Blade Runners must absolutely get the next fall in this match, or else
Like this guy.
the Undisputed Era will likely walk away with a victory. With Adam Cole groggy, Jack turns his attention to the NXT champion Roddy Strong and throws him into the ring. Now goes back after Cole. Good strategy there by Jack to try to limit the numbers advantage for Undisputed Era by focusing on another member while one is down. Jack just laying waste to Undisputed Era on his own here. Both Cole and Strong are down.
He's coming for it.
And now Jack looking to finish off Cole with the 3 Union Amigos.
Again. That's 2. Perhaps a trifecta. Vicious. That might just be the
Jack goes for cover. This is about to become a 2-on-2.
Adam Cole
Yes.
has been eliminated.
Now it's a 2-on-2. Jack, the brothers, Jack and Dylan Hayes represent the Blade Runners.
Inside the ring now.
Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly represent Undisputed Era. There's a brainbuster by O'Reilly.
This is his opportunity to win this thing.
He reverses it. Here he goes.
Here's his moment, Michael. Such incredible.
O'Reilly avoids the stomp following the back body drop and forces Dylan into the Undisputed Era corner. In comes Roddy Strong for a double team attack. And it connects. Now Strong looking for a finisher.
This could be it.
Oh, good.
And that connects.
That's how you put an exclamation point.
Here he goes.
The Undisputed Era go up 2-1.
A competitor.
Yes, Dylan Hayes has been eliminated from his first WWE match, and now the United States Champion Jack stands alone against two members of Undisputed Era.
He can withstand a lot more punishment.
And O'Reilly and Strong can take advantage of the numbers game as much as they want, because this is no
And this
disqualifications.
takes a ton of strength to pull off, am I right?
Oh, you are definitely right, Michael. But you also
What does
have to
Strong have in mind here?
energy it drains to pull off.
Running power slam.
Oh boy, he is.
Now Strong forced to his feet. Uppercut by Strong. Outstrip into the Undisputed Era corner.
This one's getting ugly.
Jack is able to reverse to avoid a double team attack that could have likely ended this match. Kyle O'Reilly trying to get involved, but despite this being a no DQ, for some reason the ref forcing O'Reilly to return to the apron.
Things are not
As Jack
looking very
biding
good
his
right
time
now.
here.
Gonna have to find a way to regroup.
And just as Strong begins to stir, now Jack goes on the attack with 3 Union Amigos.
Again, that's 2. And perhaps a trifecta.
If Jack is able to eliminate Strong here, this pretty much becomes a singles match between Jack and Kyle O'Reilly. But O'Reilly just in the nick of time to save Strong from getting eliminated in this match. Now Jack clears the ring of O'Reilly. Turns his attention back to Roddy
I
Strong.
really can't believe what's gone down so far. This match has been even
Strong is able to reverse.
There he goes.
Now Jack's sent outside as Strong gets fired up. Jack heads outside, or rather Strong heads outside. They can fight there as long as they want.
Dodges the pull there.
Reversal by Jack.
He wants no part of the outside.
Forces Strong back into the ring. Strong tries to get to O'Reilly for the hot tag.
Closer corner.
And
He makes the
does.
tag.
That was a game changer.
Outstrip into the corner. Clothesline by Jack. O'Reilly forced to his feet. Choke slam connects. Is this going to be the equalizer for the Blade Runners? No, because O'Reilly's going to reverse before Jack can capitalize. Yet another 3 Union Amigos. Win or lose, Jack has been absolutely on fire. Jack goes for cover. This equalizes this match. Yes, this is now a singles match between the United States Champion Jack and the NXT Champion Roderick Strong. This is the final time that Jack is going to appear in the NXT ring, and what a statement he would make putting away the NXT Champion to lead the Blade Runners to victory. But here's Roderick Strong with a cover. And just in the nick of time, Jack powers out to keep his and the Blade Runners' hopes alive. Clothesline by Jack sends Strong on the outside as Jack is getting fired up. This would be an outstanding comeback if Jack
This is one they'll be talking about
can
tomorrow at
lead
Workers'
the
School,
Blade Runners
that's for
to
sure.
a victory after they were down 3-2 and 2-1 and received tons of punishment in the first half of the match. Choke slam connects, center ring.
Match, this one is over.
Now mounted
Keeping
punches
score, that's twice, Byron.
is Jack going to pick up the victory for the Blade Runners in his final appearance in NXT ring. No.
Oh boy, he is
Strong powers out at 2.5. How about yet another 3 Union Amigos Jack on fire here ever since this match was started. Determined to carry the burden of leading the Blade Runners to victory despite the numbers disadvantage at many points. And still Roddy Strong fights on. Absolute great resolve here shown both by the United States Champion to lead the Blade Runners the way he has. And Roderick Strong showing why he's NXT Champion. Taking tons of punishment here and yet continuing to fight on. Roddy Strong leaned up against the middle rope there, and Jack taking advantage. Now punching the knee of Strong into the canvas. Elbow drop by Jack. Jack has low stamina at the moment. This has been a long and grueling matchup, and Jack is starting to feel it. Is that going to cost him the match? As now he is busted open. Great springboard crossbody by Roddy Strong. Drop kick to the back. Roddy Strong looking to put Jack away and end this great comeback effort.
This could be it.
night. But I don't know how much gas he has.
Strong goes for cover.
A competitor.
And despite an amazing effort by Jack,
And here's another look at what made that match so
a
special.
darn
Remember
near
this?
pulling off the comeback, it will be the Undisputed Era pick up the victory thanks to their NXT champion,
Playing here.
Roderick Strong.
He was on point the entire match. You could see.
Here are your winners. Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong.
Okay, so an outstanding tag team war between the Undisputed Era and the Blade Runners. And yes, I realize it says 2-on-3. That's because this is a different save than the one that I did the first half of the match on. But obviously, we know how the match really was, and we know that Dylan Hayes made his WITM debut. Was impressive, hitting several terror rides, but fortunately, his efforts, Captain Casey's efforts, and Jack's amazing attempt at a comeback would still fall short. But the Blade Runners definitely should not hang their heads in shame as all as they exit NXT and move on to other things because they gave their absolute best. Unfortunately, it would be Undisputed Era pick up the victory, and Roderick Strong capping the victory, showing why he is the NXT champion. Now let's take a look at the rest of the NXT results and find out how they affect the rankings on NXT. It says Kushida won this match, but officially this match never happened because Aaron Danger attacked Kushida during his entrance, preventing him from being able to compete. And so the results of this match will not count towards the rankings. Riddick Moss put up an upset victory over Tyler Breeze. Keith Lee picked up a victory over Kona Reeves. Undisputed Era defeated the Blade Runners. And in the main event, non-title action, the NXT Women's Champion Mia Yim defeated Io Shirai. Now, does that affect the rankings on NXT? Let's find out. The NXT Women's Champion is Mia Yim. Number 1 contender, WITM's Rose. Number 2, Marina Shafir. Number 3, Aaliyah. Number 4, Jessamine Duke. Number 5, Shayna Baszler. Number 6, Vanessa Bourne. Number 7, Shia Lee. Number 8, Tana Rakanti. Number 9, Io Shirai. Number 10, Deonna Purrazzo. Number 11, Casey Catanzaro. Number 12, Candice LeRae. Number 13, Bianca Belair. The NXT Tag Team Champions are the Forgotten Sons. Number 1 contenders, the Undisputed Era. I moved Adam Cole out of the NXT Championship division and made him the tag team partner of Kyle O'Reilly while Bobby Fish is injured, because it wouldn't make much sense for Adam Cole to possibly end up facing Roderick Strong for the NXT title when they're both of Undisputed Era. So Cole will focus on the NXT tag titles for now. Number 2 contenders are Birch and Lorcan. Number 3, the Street Profits. Then NXT North American Champion is Kushida. Number 1 contender Keith Lee. Aaron Danger got the week off, though we did see him attack Kushida. Will fall down to number 2. I don't know if out of his zone, because the man below him, Keith Lee, did pick up a victory. Number 3 is Riddick Moss. Number 4, Killian Dane. Number 5, Cesar Bononi. Number 6, Raul Mendoza. Number 7, Dominic Dijakovic. Number 8, Tyler Breeze. Number 9, Kona Reeves. Number 10, Cassius Ohno. And number 11, Shane Thorne. The NXT Champion is Roderick Strong. Number 1 contender is WITM Zims. Number 2, the Velveteen Dream. Number 3, Johnny Gargano. And number 4, Matt Riddle. So now we move on to Raw's Minor Show main events. We do not currently have any WITM members eligible to compete on main events. So I will sim and get you your results and rankings update in just a moment, and then we'll turn our attention to the next main roster pay-per-view, Super ShowDown. We'll give you a preview of that, and then we'll call it an episode. Okay, here are your results and rankings update for Raw following their Minor Show main event. Gallows and Anderson defeated Hawkins and Ryder. Cesaro defeated No Way Jose. And Cedric Alexander defeated Bobby Roode. How does this affect the rankings on Raw? Let's find out. We'll only show the divisions that were affected by the events of main events, so the U.S. title division and the Raw Tag Team division. The champions are the Bank Robbers in the Raw Tag division. Number 1 contender, the Revival. Number 2, the House Party. Number 3, the Viking Raiders. Number 4, Gallows and Anderson. Number 5, Hawkins and Ryder. Number 6, the Usos. Number 7, the Ascension. The United States Champion, WITM's Jack, who we just saw in action. Number 1 contender, Cesaro. Number 2, Eric Young. Number 3, Cedric Alexander. Number 4, Mojo Rawley. Number 5, Titus O'Neil. Number 6, Robert Roode. Number 7, Samoa Joe. Number 8, Jinder Mahal. Number 9, EC3. Number 10, Ricochet. Number 11, Heath Slater. Number 12, No Way Jose. Alright, so that means it is now time for our next main roster pay-per-view, Super ShowDown, emanating from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, what WWE in real life called a WrestleMania equivalent. The real life version, I don't think quite lived up to that, but let's hope that WITM's version will. We know that we have at least three WITM matches on this card. Brock Lesnar, that man you see on your screen right now, will defend the Universal title against the man we just saw in action, Captain Casey. Also, the WWE Champion, Kevin Owens, will defend the WWE title against, originally was supposed to be Corey. However, for some reason, he decided not to go to Saudi Arabia. Instead, is allowing one of his two proteges, the masked man only known as the Hardcore Icon, to take his place. The Hardcore Icon will make his WITM debut at Super ShowDown. And then, Shelton Benjamin, the men who defeated WITM's Corey at the Shield's final chapter to become Intercontinental Champion, will defend his Intercontinental title against WITM's AOT Master. And there could potentially be WITM members popping up in other matches as well. We will show those WITM matches as well as the entire Super ShowDown card and our Super ShowDown card reveal and preview in just a moment. So I'm going to head off screen, set up the card, and then reveal it to you. Then we'll call it an episode. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, it is time to reveal the card for our next main roster pay-per-view, Super Showdown. Before we do, I nearly forgot, it is time to get an in-depth look at our newest WITM member, Dylan Hayes, the newest member of the Blade Runners. Now, it doesn't have him assigned to a brand or anything here. That's because this isn't the main save where everything is correct. But he is the third member of the Blade Runners. The brand that he will be assigned to is NXT UK. That is the brand that you will see him competing in singles action on if NXT UK books someone. We had Jack in NXT UK. He didn't have much luck getting booked. But here's to hoping that Dylan Hayes does to compete on NXT UK. We will also see him, of course, as a manager here at Super Showdown, managing Captain Casey in his Universal title match, and also whenever the Blade Runners make an appearance on Raw and there's a manager slot available, you will see Dylan Hayes at ringside supporting Jack and Casey. So now we turn our attention to Super Showdown, where it's time to reveal the 10 matches, 4 of which are WITM matches that make up the Super Showdown card. We start off on the backup save with the first 3 Super Showdown matches. We kick things off with non-title action from Raw between the Usos and the War Raiders. The Viking Raiders. Then this is one of the matches I kept the same as real life. Shane McMahon, accompanied by the man that's formed an alliance with him, Drew McIntyre, takes on Roman Reigns. Another match I kept the same as real life. A 1-on-3 handicap match between the Freak Lars Sullivan and all 3 members of Lucha House Party, Kalisto, Gran Metalik, and Lince Dorado. And now we move on to our main save where we will find our 4 WITM matches that will take place on this pay-per-view card. Another match that is the same as real life, Randy Orton versus Triple H. Non-title action from Raw between Drew McIntyre, accompanied by Shane McMahon, versus Seth Rollins. Then our first of 4 WITM matches. In real life, they had a 51-man battle royal, the largest in wrestling history. Obviously, that isn't possible to do in the game, so I have to settle for an 8-man over the top rope battle royal. It doesn't show it on there right now, but that match will be for the 24/7 championship, which means I actually need to put Brian Kendrick in there somewhere. I'll fix that before we actually have the match, but so I'll probably take Eric Young out of the match. So it's going to be Mojo Rawley versus Buddy Murphy versus not Eric Young, but the 24/7 champion Brian Kendrick versus Cedric Alexander versus Finn Balor versus Elias versus WITM's Austin Rage, and William Regal will not be in the match. I'm using him as a placeholder for a debuting WITM member. Our newest member of WITM will debut in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia in this 8-man battle royal for the 24/7 championship currently held by Brian Kendrick. So kicking things off for Super Showdown in a huge way with a WITM debut. Then next up, we have another non-WITM match that we're keeping the same as real life, Goldberg versus The Undertaker. Then we have our every title match on the card involves a WIT member, the first of which is going to be Shelton Benjamin, the man that defeated Corey a couple of months ago at the Shield's final chapter to become Intercontinental Champion. Now we'll take on Ayat Master. Can Ayat Master do what Corey couldn't and defeat Shelton Benjamin to become Intercontinental Champion? This would be his first main roster title of his career. Then, speaking of Corey, he is the number 1 contender to the WWE title and was set to face Kevin Owens for the WWE title here at Super Showdown, but for some reason elected not to make the trip to Jeddah and chose in his stead one of his 2 masked proteges named the Hardcore Icon to take on Kevin Owens. Can the Hardcore Icon do what his mentor Corey couldn't and defeat Kevin Owens to become WWE Champion. And remember, Corey said if Hardcore Icon does win this match and bring the WWE title back to the United States, then the Hardcore Icon's identity will be revealed very soon. And then our main event of Super Showdown, Captain Casey, now exclusive to Monday Night Raw now that his time on NXT is done, looking to kick off that Raw exclusivity in a huge way by taking on the man that I believe for the entire WITM Season 5 has held the Universal title, the Beast Incarnate himself, Brock Lesnar. Casey will have the rest of the Blade Runners, the United States Champion Jack and Dylan Hayes in his corner. Brock Lesnar will, of course, have Paul Heyman in his corner. We saw these two fight and have to be separated by security on Raw earlier on this episode, so you know this is going to be a brutal matchup for the Universal title. So that is your Super Showdown card reveal and preview, and that is going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single moment of WITM action. After I sign off, we will have information on how to become a WITM member for free. We will have links to our social media, and we'll have links to some WITM members who stream as well. So stay tuned for that, and also we'll have the latest up-to-date standings for all of our WITM members. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Be sure to keep a lookout on social media for the announcement of when Super Showdown will stream. Hopefully sometime. It's Wednesday currently as I record this. Hopefully sometime this weekend Super Showdown will be released, so keep an eye out for that. Until then, this is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.